Howdy, Possum Patty, surrounded by the soggy bottom bunch here. Welcome to No Stress November. And it's Sunday. It's a day of rest. Yes, it is. And I have my very fun mug of tea, decaf red rose again today. It's very hot. I'm not going to sip it. I made that mistake last night. So what's on the table today, Possum Patty? We were out most of the day, running around, doing some errands, all that stuff. Yes, things that just have to get done. Like if you want to eat, you better go out and buy some food. Well, anyway, so I only spent a few minutes in here today, but I ordered a new Christmas music book, for my piano lessons. And when it came, I was like, oh, this is the same size prime bubble wrap envelope as the one that I was going to put in the journal, but was too small. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, if I open that up, if I cut off the sides and open that up, ta-da! I have the perfect size bubble wrap to put in my dragon journal. So we're going back to the bubble wrap idea. Yes, we are, for my cross-stitch dragon journal. And I had some fiber fill sitting over there, some like polyester fiber fill. So I cut one layer of the fiber fill. And what came after that? Oh, and then maybe the bubble wrap. Put some bubble wrap. And then I have the cover sheet to the Bristol paper. If I put that, and I do that on both sides, got one extra paper in there. Oh, got two extra papers in there. And I do that to both sides. Yes. Then I'll get this all together. Oh, this is wonderful now. Yes, it is. It's so cushy. Yes, it's so cushy. And you'll be able to open this journal just like this. So you can see the cross stitch. And so I'm going to get this sandwich put together. Yes, the cross stitch, the polyfill, the bubble wrap, and this label card here. And then when this is all together, I am going to take this white edge and I'm going to fold that under and I'm going to sew it all around like that. Okay, when I get that all done, yes, and then the cover will actually be ready. It'll be ready. I might want to put a piece of Tyvek between these two pieces here. Keep them together so they don't separate. That'll hold everything together just fine. Okay, so it's coming along. I know. It takes me a while. I got to think about things. Yes, I do. And then I'm going to take those other two pieces of Bristol paper. And on these, I will definitely put the Tyvek and put them together so they're like this. And I measured it. I have a 15-inch ruler. And it's going to be 15 by 15. So I need some 15 by 15 sheets of paper. Sheets of paper to make my signature, then I'll fold them in half, and then it'll be 7.5 by 15. These pages are going to be huge, but that's okay, because I can always do like 2 days on one page or whatever I want to do, right? I was thinking, I have a whole bunch of paper from the flea market. If I just take pieces of it and sew it and just make some Franken paper, make it bigger and bigger until it's 15 by 15, I've got my paper. I was thinking, do I need to go to Staples and find some paper that's 15 by 15? Why would I ever want to buy paper when I have a cellar full of paper? I'm just going to sew it together. Yeah, I'm just going to sew it together. And then I'll sew the signatures to this. So the signatures will be right here in the middle. Okay, and then I'll open this once it's all put together, and it'll look like this. And then I'll take these and I'll glue them down. I'll glue them down to the sheets that are in there. And yes, it'll be done. It'll be done. Yes, it will. That's going to take a while, but it won't take as long as it took me to make the cross stitch, which we said we started in May, beginning of May, June, July, August, September, October. So it was really just about a year and a half, maybe a little over a year and a half. I thought it was 2 years, but long enough, long enough. Okay, so this sandwich will get put together, and I got out one of these hefty jumbo bags, because I'm starting to get a collection here of stuff that I need to put this all together. And I might still put that linen in here, I'm not sure. The inside will just be those plain pieces of cardboard. So if I do some stitching on the linen or something, then I'll just glue that in or something. Yes, no problem. Okay, so here's all the pieces in the bag. So I finished my cross stitch. Yes. And we were going out today. And we live here at Soggy Bottom, which is not close to anything. No, not close to anything. So I was taking the cross stitch with me every time, even if we just went to the grocery store, because I figured, 20, 25 minutes out, 20, 25 minutes back. I can at least get maybe a half an hour stitching done while riding in the car. And Mr. Possum was ready to go, and I'm looking around. I'm like, well, wait a minute. What am I going to take with me in the car? What am I going to take with me in the car? So I was like, quick. Where's my vintage sewing journal? So I grabbed it and I threw it in a bag. And I think for this, I'm going to use this. This is, I think, felted something pocketbook. This was just gifted to me by Baby Possum's girlfriend. And the inside is like felted wool too. And the name of the company is Green Sheep. Green Sheep. So I got a nice wool bag here. And I don't need so much stuff. No. I'll probably work on this in the house and in the car. Both. Because I want to get this done. This is my vintage sewing journal. And I just have scissors and thread and needles and all that stuff. And I quick threw that in here. And I threw the cover in. I'll show you what I did. I left the rest of the bits home because I already have a jumbo bag with things for my vintage sewing journal in here. So I'm going to show you again what I did on the inside cover. And I'll show you what I did today riding in the car. Just a little bit. But feels good to be back working on this again. Yes, it does. And I'll keep it in that bag in case there's more stitching I need to do. I'll take it with me in the car. Oh, and I had an idea on that too. Oh, just full of ideas. I know. How hot is this? Well, let me sip. It's steaming. Hot, but not burning hot. Okay. I think on this journal, I'll be working on the covers. I think at the same time, I can go ahead and work on the pages. And I am just going to work on the signatures and lay them in here. And when they are done, then I will sew them together. Sew them into the whole journal, the whole journal thing, yeah. There's a needle in there. Okay, so then that's the outside. This is the inside, and I'll show this to you, yeah. I'll show this all to you. Because this is going to be like a sewing journal. And I'm going to want to do some sewing and different things. And yeah, so it would be easier if I just had loose signatures to start with, and then I could take the papers out and sew on them and play with them and do all kinds of things, and then, I'll have it all set to put together. I did that on like the first two or three journals that I made up there. I did all the work and then I sewed them into the cover. It was a little difficult sewing signatures in. You know how chunky I make my journals, right? With all that stuff on the pages to try to sew them in. But I did it. So after I did a few that way, I decided that I would sew in the signatures and then journal on them. There's pros and cons to both ways, yes. So it's good to have the free pages to work on because you can, have more freedom with what you're doing if you just have a single page and trying to work in the journal, especially when it gets real chunky. And yeah, there's an advantage to that. But then you have to sew them all in. And sometimes that's not an advantage once they're all chunky and full. So I've done it both ways, and I've decided to go back to just making all the pages, and then when it's all done, all ready to be put together, then I'll do that. Or like at least 90% done, right? Because there's always little things you can add, right? Okay. So that's project number 2. I'll show you under the camera in a moment. And project number 3 is my Iris Apfel little golden book. I want to talk about this because at the swap meet that we went to a couple of weeks ago, I found an Iris Apfel bracelet. Yes, I did. I found this amazing, amazing bracelet. Again, I'll show you closer up here. And as soon as I saw it at the swap meet, I was like, oh, Iris Apfel would love this. Oh, she would love this. She was into bracelets. She wore like a dozen bracelets on each arm and big necklaces and jewelry, and she had very large round glasses, and oh, I love this. And it didn't cost me much. No, I don't know what I pay for it. I don't even remember. I don't know, $6. I think it was $6 or something like that, but not much, not much. But it was, oh, it just blends in with this shirt. It blends in so much, yes, with all these flowers here. Oh, but I loved it. And I bought it just for fun. Yes, I did, because it made me smile and made me think of Iris Apfel. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that. I'm done talking about the Dragon Journal, and I've got some tea. So why don't you come on along? I'm going to talk about Iris first. Because then when I bring out the slow stitch journal, I might want to do a little slow stitching. Oh, let me show you the bracelet. Let me take it off. There, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Yes, I paid $6 for this. Now, Iris, if you don't know Iris, she was a fashionista. I left a story in the middle, the little golden book story here, yes. She was a fashionista and a designer, and she actually like redecorated the White House for like 7 different presidents. Businesswoman, interior designer, and fashion icon. She was born 1921. She passed away a few years ago, and she was over 100 years old, yes. And this is the story of her growing up. And she loved fabric. Oh, playing with all kinds of swatches of fabric. So on this book, I put fabric to hold the pages together, yes, because she loved fabric. And she went off to school, and here she is, fashion designer. She met her husband here. Oh, they stayed together forever and ever and ever, yes. They started a textile and design company. They had famous clients. 9 presidents. Okay, Harry Truman, Dwight Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, and Bill Clinton. Oh, she did design work for all of them. She was very famous. Yes, she was. Oh, here she is with her jewelry. Oh, and her glass collection, her eyeglass collection. Look at this. Look at the bracelets. There are documentaries on YouTube. Just pop in her name there. Yeah, pop in her name. Oh, she's amazing. And her apartment in New York City. Oh, that was amazing too. And here's some of her designs. And they had a show at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And you can see my strip of fabric there. Let's see. When she was 96, the company that made Barbie dolls created an Iris Apfel Barbie. At 97, she signed a modeling contract. Oh, Carl passed away in 2015 on his 101st birthday. And she lived to be over 100 too. She's amazing. Oh, here she is on her 100th birthday. That was in 2021. She describes herself as the world's oldest living teenager. Ah, yes. Very colorful, very colorful character. So when I saw this, I thought of her and I bought it. Yeah, I'm going to wear this thing. I certainly am. I'm going to wear that. I started doing collage. She loved jewelry and fashion. And I'm like, I'm just going to do a whole book of jewelry and fashion collages in here. I did one. So many of my journals are like this. Oh, I did a half of one over here. Oh, her apartment was so eclectic. Yes. All kinds of patterns and antiques and bric-a-bracs and tchotchkes. And it's like a museum. Her apartment was like a museum. Well, I was watching Lynn at a bit of birdsong, and she has a journal. She calls her mark making journal. And I know, Possum Patty, you shouldn't watch videos because then you get more ideas. Don't you have enough ideas of your own? Taking a sip, taking a sip. And in her mark making journal, oh, she has all kinds of things, yes, that she's making marks with, and talks about different ways of mark making. And when I see anybody, playing with their gel plate or mark making or making painty paper, I just want to get out paint and have a play myself. It's like me watching Marcee's Fodder Friday. I want to get out my watercolors. So I was thinking, in this journal, I have all these plain pages in here because I was just going to do collaging. I'm going to not only do collage. No, it'll take me forever. I'll do one a year. This was April 21st, 2024. Okay. Oh, somebody's knocking on my door. So I think I'll just play with other things in here too. Yes, anything colorful. I might do more collaging. I might do just play with collage and mark making. Yeah, maybe sticker play. Oh, all kinds of things. I'm just going to fill this up with all kinds of things. Yes. Yes, because this has been sitting on the shelf. Oh, again, May. Another year and a half gone by, right? Another year and a half gone by. And yeah, one page done. So I'm going to cosmically smash painty play, collaging, and whatever else I come across. Maybe some of that sticker collage. I have so many journals that I started collaging in, and they all get like a page and a half, and then that's it. So I just have to go back and take one and just fill it up with all the ideas, and then go get another one and fill that up with all my ideas. Because I make journals to journal in, to play in, to art journal, to nature journal, whatever I want to journal in them. And yeah, I made quite a few. And now I really do need to play in them, don't I? Oh, and Lynn, she had the foam from a jewelry box, and she had the bottom of the box. And I know that's not the foam from this box, but this came in something else. Oh, there's a couple layers there. And she was mark making with the foam, and then she cut the bottom out so it was kind of like a frame, and she was mark making with that. Oh, I'm gonna watch some more of her videos and just have a play, because it's No Stress November and I want to have a play. Somebody's a little stressed out right now and they're knocking on the door. I better go let the mayor Stinky Winky Woos in. Hello. Meow. Oh, you're getting heavier and heavier. Yes. Here she is. I know you can't see her, but there's the top of her head. And there's her paw. Yeah, there's her paw. All right, I don't know if she'll hang around to the end, because I'm going to sew for a couple minutes. Well, I don't want cat hair in my tea, but you can stand there if you would like. Okay, so this might pop out a few times this month or next month. Oh, next month the theme is Festive December. Oh, but I'll be working on a December daily. But maybe I'll work in that too. I'm petting the cat. Okay. Awesome, Patty. What about that vintage sewing journal? When I started this, I started stitching on the inside. So this will be the inside journal panel. And this is actually vintage fabric in the background. And then this is a vintage hanky. And this is some more fabric over here. And I put these little appliques on there. But if I turn it over, you can see the amount of stitching that I did. Yes, look at this. I went around and around and around over here, and then sort of an arc down here. And then I went just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth over there. And then I went around in pink on that piece over there. That's this. Okay, so yeah, a ton of stitching on these. So it's kind of like just meditatively slow stitching around and back and forth, back and forth. So I still need to stitch this pocket in. And I don't know why I did that, unless I was thinking I might put something on this pocket before I stitch it down. But I don't remember what that was because it was so long ago. But we'll save that. And then nothing was stitched on the cover. This is the outside cover. And I think this is the front. It doesn't really matter though. And I think this was the back. And I started on the back. And this is what I did today in the car. I stitched around this piece here. And that's pretty neat for doing it in the car. And then I started on this doily over here with this purple thread. And I started here and I went around like that. And so I have to, Stinky, I can't see what I'm doing. So I have to finish that. I've got to come around like that over to there. And then I've got to put stitching on these panels to hold them down because they're not stitched at all. I think I have a little bit of glue stick there. She's sitting on my hand. She's sitting on my hand. That's funny. TT used to do that. And I have to stitch around the front panels. And I have to stitch this down. And this was only like the first layer of what I was doing. So this will be a base layer, and then I'm going to put things on top. You know, maybe I'll get some more appliques. There's a half round pearl there. I could stitch beads. There's so many different things I can stitch. And I'll just stitch and stitch different things on here till, you know, till I feel that it's done. And then I'll put it together with the inside. And that's that. Now let's see if I can have a sip of tea while I have this cat here. Now I already have this purple thread. I wanted to finish this purple thread up. And then maybe come all the way around. And while I was sorting through stuff, a little bit of straightening up going on still, because I feel like I'm finishing projects that I started a while ago. And I found this. I know it's not vintagey. Oh, where are you going? You're sliding off. You're sliding off. She's hanging onto the tablecloth. Don't hang onto the tablecloth there. No, I know you're sliding off. But, oh, I would love to put some little sparkle frogs down there in the corner. Let's see if it's going to look okay. Gotta watch out, Stinky. And these are beaded and they have sparkles. No, don't rub on the scissors. I think this came off an old shirt. She's desperate. She's desperate. Okay, let's get down. I got pointy scissors here. Yes. We'll get down for a minute. Oh, I cut this out because I don't want to stick you. I don't want to stick you. Oh, see, this fabric's got some gold on it. And this has embroidery. And this is gold and embroidery and sparkles. And you know, I can take off a little bit more of the black. Just trim this a little bit. All right, where's the middle? Where's the middle? Okay, yeah, I didn't want it too close to the spine. This is going to be a very soft cover, kind of like the Dragon Journal. Maybe even a little softer. Yes, I'm just going to layer up a lot of things on here. I think it needs frogs. I don't know. I see a lot of flowers. Flowers need butterflies and frogs and fairies and everything. So we can put this right there. I am jumping ahead of myself. Let me get a pin. And I have some of this really pretty gold thread. Because this is all gold in here. Oh, I can even stitch on some of these lines with the gold thread too. You're not going to see that part. But this part you will see. I'm going to pin that there. Oh, and I'm just going to fill this up with fun stuff. Yes, and this is definitely fabric. Vintage fabric over here. Vintage thing. It's not hand sewn. It is machine stitched, but it's quite old. Well, I wanted to see some of the blue fabric because I covered most of it up with all those little scraps. So that's why I didn't put anything under the doily, because I wanted to see this vintage fabric over here, there. But I figured I can sew maybe little beads or something on the doily. And I'm just going around. I'm way over on the other side. I'm way on the other side. Right there. Okay, I'm over here. Okay, now I did this in the car. So I should be able to do it under the camera. Should be able to do it under the camera. And this is variegated thread, I think. This blue one was variegated. Started off lighter and got darker as I went around. And I'm just doing a fun slow stitch here. Oh yeah, so I grabbed these things and I took them in the car, and then, you know, Mr. Possum started driving and I got it out. And I started stitching on this blue piece over here. He said, "What are you working on?" He's so used to me sewing in the car. I said, "This is my vintage fabric sewing journal. It's going to be the covers." Oh. So this is slow stitching, which is just sort of meditative. Put your stitches in. Yes. You don't have to mark them out ahead of time. They don't have to be perfectly even. It's just the act of sewing. Yes. We don't worry about the finished product, especially if you're sewing in the car. Although I really surprised myself that I got all these stitches in a line. Well, sort of straight. I mean, they're not perfect, not perfectly straight. They're not on like stitch marks. So So when I get to the end of this thread, that might be it for tonight. 'Cause I'm going to have to maybe go around there and maybe there, hold that bit down. I might go around this. I don't know. At least these heavy parts. I thought this might lay flat, but it's poking up. It's poking up a little bit. But at least I'll have it tacked down. And I can start tacking some other things down and then sew some things on top of them, like this. Well, I just about made it all the way around. Got one little piece there that might have to get tacked down. But that's a good start. That's a good start. Of course, this whole thing is a little bunched up. That's right. When I pull it on the journal cover, it'll probably straighten all that out. So what do you think about the frog? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe he looks like he doesn't belong there, but I think by the time I get a lot of things on here, he'll look perfectly fine. I know it started with just plain, simple vintage fabrics, but in my mind, this is not how it's going to end up. It's going to end up with cutesy, fun things like all around, yes. I just have to do fun. Yes, I do. Somebody wants some cuddle time. Somebody wants some cuddle time. Aw. Okay. All right, here's your cuddle time. She said you were out all day without me, and then you come home and you lock yourself in the room over here. What about me? What about me? Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for helping me. Yes, Miss Stinky Winky Woos. You're a big help. You're a big help. Cat hair. Okay, here we go with the cat hair on here already. All right, this is cute. I love it. It makes my heart happy. My cat makes my heart happy. And you make my heart happy too. Thanks for coming along today and happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.